What's up guys, Anthony Pascala here, and we're going to continue our coding tutorials. So this is with Unity and Mono Development. So last whatever video we went through this, and we have a score and a cube, which when we click on, the score goes up. Don't know if you guys saw, but gotta re-put these on. But as you can see, when I click, score goes up. Now today I'm going to get some textures so I can put where the cube is. So we go internet, and I'm going to make as we were making a cookie clicker, so I'm just going to search up cookie images and just get any old cookie. Let's have a look here. Let's find a good cookie. I like this one, so I'll get this one. I'll drag it to the different place. I don't need that. Go like this, internet, documents. Oh, wait, just before I do that, as you can see, I have the white thing at the background. I can't remove that unless I get a picture with that removed, but that doesn't really matter for me at the moment, because I just have a white background. So, what's it called? It's under, I can't remember where this is located. Save scene. It's under my documents for YouTube. Okay. For YouTube. Assets. And now we just drag this file right into there. When I open up Unity, the image will be here. Now this is what I want to do. So I want to add a component. Well, this does this thing for me. I don't know why. I have to stretch it out. It's all glitched. It's pissing me off. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to create other GUI texture. Now what I do here is I drag this image of texture on top. Now I bring this up across towards the middle, so that where my game is, when I click, put that there, I click play, I try and locate the image on the screen. So I'm just gonna try and see if I can find it. It's really hard to do. I gotta set this to 0 and this to 0, so that I find it. Got some fuck in the background on Skype. It's really pissing me off. Honestly, these messages, Ape shit cunt, how's it going? Yeah, as you can see. See what I gotta deal with? This little scrub over here, Pure Edits. He does YouTube videos. I've talked about him before. He's a pretty shitty editor, so don't even look it up. No, I'm joking. It's pretty good. Right, where the freaking hell is my image? Piss me off. I drag this over the cube. Drag this. Why is it? Alright, well, I'm just gonna put this on. Change the mesh to cube and just drag it on like this. Why isn't it? Oh, I'm in the game. My bad, I'm a retard. There we go. As you can see, when I open it up, there's a cube texture. Now, see how it's all dark? Now, there's one way to fix this. What you do is you go here. I'll have to stop, others I won't. Save. You go to change it from diffuse to self-illuminate and diffuse. When I click play, as you can see, it's nice and bright. But I don't want the cookie to be upside down. I want it to be the other way around. So this is what I do. I go to my Y and I change it to 90. As you can see, it's rotated back up. When I click play, it goes away. So I'm just going to retype that. So now I've got my texture and I've got my scores working. I want to make a timer. Now, timers can be a freaking pain in the ass at times because requires a bit of code and a bit of advanced code. So do variable and call it timer. Set an int equal to 60 because that's how long we want the timer. So we want it to go down from a minute. Now we need to make a new function and we'll call this timer. Oh, we've got a timer variable, so we'll call it countdown. And now this function has no input in there, so nothing's gonna happen, and I don't want anything to happen at this stage yet. But what I want to do to make it so, I'll say timer equals 60 and end. So when mouse down has been clicked, we want to make it so the countdown starts, or we could do it, we'll do it when it starts, we'll do it when this thing starts, we'll have countdown, and you do this and that. Now what this means is every frame per second I want this function to go, and once this function starts, what will happen is the timer will be taken away by 1. So I'll have timer, if I can spell, take equals 1. Now what this will do is every frame per second the timer will go down by 1, which means, and I can make it so when, if timer equals 1, this will then, I don't know, game over sign will come up, but that's for later tutorials. But what we'll do here is we'll do var time colon, and we'll call this one GUI text. Once we've got this, we want to put it into our update function and do time.text equals timer, and space there, plus time. Now I'm pretty sure this will work. I'm not 100% sure yet. So just save that, see if there's any errors. Okay, there's one error. So I already have a definition for timer. Whoops. I'll just call it timer T for timer text. I change that to T. Alright, that should be all the errors. Yeah. So what I like doing is I like going to my GUI text already done, like copying it and pasting it. I'm going to call this one timer, and I'm going to put the Y down just a tiny bit. So as you can see, it says GUI text, and that's where the timer is going to be. Now we go to our cube, and we've got to choose the timer GUI text, right? So we'll choose timer. When I click play, as you can see, oh whoops, my bad. I have to make it so this is forever. So copy this and put it in here. My bad. Alright, click play, and time should be going down every time. That's weird. Oh, this is what I've done wrong. As you can see here, I've made it so every time this is set, time equals 0. Now, I've said that forever, every frame I want time to go 0, but I want to take the timer at the same time. So what I have to do is delete this here, get rid of that. We don't want that anymore. We want to put it in the start function. So we'll just leave it like that. And we'll save it here. We'll go here and we'll restart. So this time, oh Jesus, that was too fast. So now we've got to take that, we've got to change that because we don't want it that fast at all. I'm going to get rid of this. We want to make it so the countdown takes by 0.1 and save. Click play, and that was still too fast. So it's just getting the right time to get it. So we'll just click play. That's way too fast. I'm gonna try and work this one out. So put a lot of zeros. For some weird reason, it's not going per frame. It's just going constant, as we can see. So just as you can see, slowing down when I put more zeros. So I'll just put a couple more zeros. It just looks like a mess right now. But when you get to a certain amount of time that you want, like I want it to be longer than it is. I can always change the time, but yeah, alright, so that's my time. Now what I want to do is I want to change my timer up here to 600 or 6,000. and we'll click play. Now this will mean the timer goes for a lot longer. I'll change it here, my bad. And play. It's pissing me off at the moment. I don't know why it's being a little. Here we go. That's why. Sometimes code can be a pain in the ass at times. And you can see it's going down. Alright, I realize what I've done here. I gotta change this to 1000. No, not 1000. That will be, no, there we go. That'll give us 6 seconds, so we want it to give us a minute, so we'll go. Yeah, that'll give us exactly 1 minute. Let it do its thing. Now, as the timer goes down, we can always have, we can have it so it says, I don't know, we can make it so when the timer reaches a certain point, we can say, you reached this, you did this in this amount of time, and reached this score. So, I'll just see how much we've done in this video. 11 minutes. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll make a new function, and I'll call this. We'll call this end, because this is going to be what happens once you've finished the timer. So we'll do if statement timer equals 0. We want 2 equals, and which you need 2 ands, and oh no, that's all we want. We don't need 2 ands because doing that later. Now we want to put 2 squiggly brackets in here. So if timer equals 0, then we want to make a new text, or we can have a texture, or anything you want. You can really have a GUI, like a label or a button. You can have that, but for now, just to do it quickly, because I'm not going to make it fancy yet. That'll be later on, but just for now, we'll just get the basic code down. So we're going to make this one. We're going to call this end t, and this is going to be some GUI text. So if timer equals 0, then we'll do end t dot text equals, and then the speech, and then we'll say let's say you got we'll do and then we want to do plus our click, because we want to make it so it says how many clicks we got, plus, and then we do plus clicks in 0 minutes. In not 0 minutes. In 1 minute. Now what this will do is it will say to the game player, or whoever's playing the game, that you have got, I don't know, say I got 10 clicks that round. It'll say you got 10 clicks, and you got 10 clicks in 1 minute. Now what we have to do is we have to make a new variable, and not a new variable, sorry, a new GUI text, and call it nt. So what I'll do, I'll just go over here, game object. I could just copy this again, so I don't need this. No, I have to. Time we'll copy that and press Control V. Now we'll drag this down just a little bit more. Let's up, down, and we'll call this one end t. Now when we go to our cube, we have to choose nt from here, so we choose it, but we've got a problem here. It doesn't show up because when our timer equals 0, this will happen. So we just gotta wait, and then, oh Jesus, what happened here? Whoops, I did the wrong thing. I want to change that back to time. Okay. So what we want to do is we just want to grab our time. We can just click 0, enter, and this time this end should come up. But I think I have it too low. It's right in the middle. Okay. Whoops, that was my bad. So I'm going to copy, paste component value. Don't know why it's not working at the moment. Pisses me off. You know why? We want to make it so that we have to do this. This is an end. This is kind of annoying, but you know, got to do this stuff. So we're gonna make it so timer equals, say 1 for now, because it'll take, as you can see, you got this amount of clicks in 1 minute. But there's no spaces here, so what we got to do is we got to go here, space, and a space in front of the clicks. And when it realizes I've saved, it's done. Now, as you can see, it's not in the middle, or it's not where you want to. What I do is I just drag it over a tiny bit. It's 0.4. Now I just right click, copy component, stop it, paste component values. I want to make the font size bigger. So what I like to do is I like to change the color and make it a different size font. But okay, I've got my score going and my timer going, but it doesn't say, it's not saying what I don't want it to say the score, which it's not showing, but it's saying GUI text. And the way you remove it is by going over text and just erasing all this, and voila, gone. So when my timer still equals 0, I go 0, I'll put it to 1, you got 0 clicks in 1 minute, it shows up. But if my timer equals 10, should just drag it off a bit. It doesn't go away because I haven't set it for it to go away. But you don't need it to go away at the moment. Now what I can do is make it so there's all new functions and there'll be menus, but I think next video I might make a main menu. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and thanks for the support, because I think I've reached past 300 video views at the moment. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video.